Oh, route was amazing. Like really amazing. Nice big peaks in the morning. Rolling terrain during daytime. Loved it.
Every kilometer has a good rolling, a lot of climbing. We'll have to again keep pumping.
A route like this, with climbs like this, with climatic condition like this, I cannot ask for something better.
Welcome to Aarohan Stable's cycling adventure. A bike-packing, self-supported, single-stage, ultra-endurance ride spanning 650 kilometers through the rugged Western Ghats. With an elevation gain of over 8,000 meters and a strict 45-hour time limit, this race is not for the faint of heart and is one of the toughest self-supported endurance races around. This incredible journey will take riders to the highest peaks in Karnataka, including Mullayanagiri, Baba Budangiri, and passes through the picturesque Western Ghats, famous for their lush coffee plantations. The route winds through the captivating districts of Chikmagaluru, Udupi, Dakshina Kannada, and Kodagu, each boasting its unique culture and heritage. The ultimate destination? Kodagu. On 14th of January 2023, while most people are sipping their morning coffee, 8 brave riders gathered at Tresca Hotel in Chikmagaluru to race through the pristine Western Ghats.
Good morning everyone, and thanks for being here at Chikmagaluru for the first edition of Kodagu 650 and the first event of Aarohan. Wishing you all the best, ride safe and strong.
Beneath the surface, our abilities lie, unleashed by determination, reaching for the sky. Not to prove to others, but to ourselves alone. In the journey of discovery, our greatness is known. This challenging route promises a whirlwind of ups and downs, testing not just the riders' climbing and descending skills, but also their ability to conquer the unpredictability of nature and to battle sleep while keeping their competitors at bay. It's an adventure like no other in the heart of the Western Ghats.
My name is Satish Adanki, 56-year-old. I am into business. I'm using a post object, it's a steel bike. I want to take it easy on the first 150 kilometers. During the nights, I would want to rest for at least a couple of hours. I'm looking at finishing it any time between 40 and 42 hours.
The riders started fast and made their way to Muttori Forest Reserve, which is the first significant challenge on this route. Jayaprakash, Surya and Naveen had taken the early lead while Swami, Abhishek and Amar were in hot pursuit. Satish and Vikram had punctures before entering the forest and were trying to get back on track. Having warmed up through the rolling terrain at the start, as the riders go past the teak trees and the beautiful forest landscape, they now have to get through a gravel section of about 6 kilometers inside the forest. Puncture risk is high, and getting through this section with as little time loss as possible is what the riders will be looking forward to.
We were crossing through the gravel section, and I was just saying to myself, God please, all 8 riders who started this have to cross through this section without a flat. The moment I thought in the mind, the next second, Jayaprakash, 34. I work in sales. I'm using Post, the group studies with Campi. So I have bifurcated the ride into 8 parts. First 200 is of 4 breaks, and balance 400 is into, say, like 4 into 100. I'm looking at somewhere between 35 to 38 hours.
While Jayaprakash fixed his puncture, Surya and Naveen streaked ahead. Swami, Amar and Abhishek also went through. Having made it through the gravel, the riders had exited the forest reserve and were now in estate territory. Beautiful coffee trees and the pepper creepers draping the silver oak trees lined the road, which was now taking the riders towards Baba Budangiri peak. The road climbs through the estates, and as the riders made their way to higher ground, they experienced the first views of the beautiful Western Ghats. Baba Budangiri is named after Baba Budan, the Sufi saint who got coffee beans to India. Chikmagaluru and Kodagu's tryst with coffee started from here. The route takes riders on the coffee trail from where it began all the way to where it has reached in Karnataka.
Swami, 42 years old. I work as a software development engineer at Amazon. I have a Cannondale Synapse with 105 group set. I plan to take the climbing on a moderate pace, and then I want to pace from 100 kilometers till 600 kilometers. 400 kilometers I wanted to cover in first 24 hours.
While Swami and Naveen interchanged positions, Jayaprakash, having had multiple punctures, was now working his way back up the field and closing in on Abhishek and Amar. Vikram and Satish were holding up the back, meanwhile Surya was in the sole lead and was making light work of the climbs. The weather was pleasant, and as the morning mist cleared, Surya began the Baba Budan climb and made his way to the first checkpoint at the top of the hill.
My name is Surya Prakash. I am age 29, store manager in a post bike. Planning to complete a 400 km below 12 o'clock. 230 km in 10 hours or 8 hours. 30 or 32, that's my target.
Gravel was very tough, but very interesting. I can able to handle the bike. Such no punches for me. And awesome epic climb with the scenic landscape. At the beginning, I misjudged the weather. We are heading to the cut section. I forgot to wear the thermal flower. If I didn't wear that, then I will be dead. That much I can't able to handle the handlebar and brakes. Can't apply the brakes also.
Ready to go for another climb?
Yeah, very interesting to see another.
One of the fantastic routes I have seen. No traffic through the coffee estates and such a beautiful view all around. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Climbs have been killing. The first 50 kilometers itself was very tough. That's going to be Mulayangiri. Let's see.
Having crested the Baba Budan hill, the riders will now head towards Mullayanagiri, the highest peak in Karnataka. Surya and Swami were the first to arrive at control point 1. While they descended, Naveen, Abhishek, Jayaprakash and Amar were just a few kilometers behind and trying to bridge the gap. Vikram and Satish were about 10 kilometers behind the leaders and were soldiering on. It's still early hours in the race, and the race is still wide open. All the riders are in this as the gap between the first and last riders at this stage is just over an hour. The sun is out, the riders are going to have to watch out for traffic on the Mullayanagiri hill, as well as fight against the steep gradients as they close in on the peak. The last kilometer of the Mullayanagiri climb is brutal, with the gradient being over 15%. The weather was hot and riders had to dig deep to make it to the top. The view at the top is breathtaking. They will get a little respite from climbing after cresting this hill, as they will have a long downhill, which will allow their legs to recover.
Vikram Natarajan, 50, self-employed. I have a chapter 2 with a DI2 group set, so I'm planning to cover up a good amount of distance in the first half. Take the middle half a little easy due to the heat, and then again try and cover up in the night. So I am targeting a time of at least 20 to 24 hours.
What are you having?
Rice. How's the ride been till now? Awesome. How's it going, Amar?
Going good. Slight relief after Kaimara till here. Again climb. I'll stop at Halliberry for coffee. Amar Chand, 39 years old.
Senior Manager Accounts Receivable at Acer India Private Limited.
Seize the day. Just killing. So far 100 kilometers have been amazing. A lot of climb. At the start itself, it's been a tough ride. Now as we get on in the noon, it's getting hotter. Though there is some advantage here and there of rolling terrain, but again I am finding it difficult climbing short climbs now. Let's see how it goes from here on.
Having gotten past the gravel section and two of the highest peaks in Karnataka, the riders will now try to make up for lost time as the gradient eases up. However, the small Santaveri climb caught out most of the riders as they were low on nutrition. Riders sped on the downhill after Santaveri and were looking at possible stops for food and water refill. Meanwhile, Jayaprakash's love for punctures continued.
One more flat. I took from Surya one tube and I was coming down. That is already done. Now another flat. Abhi has given another tube.
What's your plan now?
Huh?
What's your plan now?
I'll ride. I'll ride.
My name is Abhishek, 39 years old. I am an IT professional. I ride Villiers with 105 group set. I have divided the race into 3 segments. First 90 kilometers as the one. Next 500 rolling with flats. And then the last segment would be 30 kilometers with 1200 meters of climb. So I am targeting something around 35 to 36 hours of finish.
Naveen Kumar, 30, a processor design engineer for Qualcomm. I have a Scott Speedster 20. It's an endurance geometry road bike. My strategy will be to ride my best, finish it in less than 40 hours.
The morning cold and mist had cleared. The afternoon was hot, and the riders were stopping for food and doubling it up as a break for the legs and sore butt. The food strategy adopted varied amongst the riders.
On the local hotel, I had something packed, set dosa and a bunch of cold drinks, Sprite, Maaza.
Lingalli, I was not expecting. It's a good amount of climb actually. So that was interesting. From after Lingalli, it has been smooth. Much easier. You got tailwind is also, so easy scale active. Awesome.
Change in color for luck.
Did you have food?
Sorry?
You had food?
No. Trying to cover that time lapse lost.
Another forest section to ride past, the heat was beginning to drop, and then crossing the Tunga river to get to Tirthahalli. While Surya was leading the pack, the riders were beginning to bunch up, as most of them took breaks to refill on food and water. At the back, Amar, Satish and Vikram were fighting their battles as well. Vikram and Satish were still being affected by punctures, while Jayaprakash had got a respite from it and had closed the gap to the leaders.
About 20 kilometers.
20 kilometers to your
plan,
is it?
12 hours, should have done about 240.
Okay.
Looks like I'll be doing 220.
By 6 o'clock? Oh, 12 hours. 12 hours 240. Okay.
So, ideally I should have taken my lunch also, which got compromised because of my
You plan to stop and eat?
Huh?
You plan to stop and eat?
I had a plan.
You had a plan.
You're looking for the same 35 hours.
35 hours.
Let's take nowadays 36 to 38.
Plan to stop and sleep at night?
Worst case, not able to manage then.
The day had begun with a lot of climbing, and the afternoon heat had sapped the riders, everyone fighting their own battles against the conditions. With the sun descending beyond the horizon and the light fading, the riders are now pushing through to get to Tirthahalli, after which they will descend the Kollur Ghat and cross the temple town to get to the coast. The riders are still bunched together, with 5 riders being separated by not more than 30 minutes.
Found it difficult to climb in the morning?
Manageable, not that difficult. Because it is cold now, so I like cold.
Okay.
It was so beautiful.
Sorry?
It was so beautiful. Like there were peacocks on the way, here and there, and just mind blowing. But yeah, once the sun came up, yeah, then it was hard. Come on, start charging.
The riders now face their next challenge, riding through the night. With darkness comes the uncertainty of what lies beyond the trees. Looks like the riders are not only vying for position, but are also attempting to conquer their fears.
It was very dark and I found difficulty in riding a dark section. So I waited for a long time to get tagged with the co-riders. Almost 30 minutes I waited there. When I saw some co-riders, I joined with them. So we, 3 of us, myself, Naveen and Jayaprakash.
Jayaprakash, Surya and Naveen had decided to ride together while Swami and Abhishek were in close pursuit. Satish and Amar were gritting it out at the back. The race had its first casualty when Vikram decided to scratch from the ride.
Good rolling, a lot of climbing. Salpano rest sigadilla. We'll have to again keep pumping. Somewhere in the middle of the night, 11:30 I might go into the forest stretch. So, looking forward to it.
The riders will descend the Kollur Ghat during the night. It is where the riders go from high ground to the coast. The weather will change to being humid and sticky. Kollur will be the last place where the riders can restock for the night.
Sorry.
While the first 5 riders descended Kodagu Ghat and rode towards the coast in humid weather, Satish and Amar were exiting Tirthahalli and were battling low visibility due to the mist. Not all the riders had planned to take a sleep break. However, the demands of the ride were high and had taken a toll on them. All the riders halted to catch cat naps or a sleep break in the hope of making up for lost ground by riding quickly with a refreshed body and mind. When pain looms near, when doubt takes flight, against the world's opinions, we take our fight. In the mind's tricks and trials of the night, we push past boundaries, embracing the light.
At the same time, because all 3 teams at the end don't come together.
The race is shaping into a close battle. 5 riders are bunched up with the gap being less than 30 minutes between them. And it's going to come down to who can handle the coastal heat and the Madikeri climb better. With 3 riders deciding to work together, the work is cut out for Swami and Abhishek. Will they work together or continue to go alone? Will riding together benefit the 3 riders or will it cost them?
Too hot. Very hot.
Oh, it's so hot.
What climate is this?
Unrelenting and energy-sapping heat. The never-ending, undulating terrain has riders at their wits' end. Breaks are being taken to keep themselves hydrated. It is now a race against the conditions. Jayaprakash, Surya and Naveen have opened up the gap and also managed to stay ahead of Swami and Abhishek. The race is down to the last 40 kilometers and will be decided on the final climb. The race positions remain unchanged as the riders roll steadily to get to the base of the climb, well nourished and hydrated.
Finally it's starting. The race.
The last leg. The last leg.
The last leg.
Okay.
The final race between
Last leg
us.
with 2 legs. First time.
The three riders are starting the climb together. The race is primed for attacks on the climb, and the action is about to unfold as the riders cross into Kodagu district. Kodagu is nestled in the Western Ghats with its distinctive heritage, culture and rituals. The land is dotted with hills, forests and waterfalls, and the Kaveri River originates here. Home to a tiger reserve, an elephant sanctuary and a Buddhist colony, Kodagu is popular for its cuisine, coffee, oranges, spices and honey. Kodagu has also made significant contribution to the Indian Army. A land known for its warrior clan is now going to witness a closely fought battle to win the first edition of Kodagu 650. Surya has made the move. Jayaprakash has responded. Naveen is unable to keep up with the two of them. He is pacing himself, but the gap has opened up very soon to the front too. He will have to watch out as Swami and Abhishek will be coming up to him sooner rather than later. Surya has attacked again. Jayaprakash is taking his time to respond. He is coming back though. The two of them are trading blows and testing each other. It is coming down to a showdown between these two riders and neither is showing signs of breaking at the moment. We are midway through the climb, and nothing to separate the two riders. Jayaprakash has made his move. He is attacking and Surya is unable to respond this time. The gap is now opening up and Jayaprakash is riding like a man possessed. Surya has settled into a steady pace and unable to chase. Jayaprakash has sensed this and is riding into the setting sun and opening the gap. He's making sure that no one catches him. Into the last kilometer, Jayaprakash is the lone rider with no one around. He coasts to the finish line. He crosses the finish line in a time of 36 hours and 14 minutes. Joy, relief, exhilaration, exhaustion, multitude of emotions as he crosses the finish line to win the first edition of Kodagu 650. A crestfallen Surya comes in 34 minutes behind. Swami has made up ground and overtaken Naveen, who had lost his way, came in third. Followed by Naveen in fourth. Abhishek came in fifth. Satish came in a few hours later within the cutoff time. Amar also made it to the finish line, however, he was outside the cutoff time.
So for me, the second climb really took my thing off, and I knew by the time I finished and I reached Tirthalli that, you know, if I were to struggle, Sunday will go. I would only finish on Monday morning.
I was in the middle of the climb, and then suddenly my Wahoo switched off. My phone was already switched off, my Wahoo switched off. So I stopped, and I had put it on charge. Then I opened my bag, and apparently one pack of salts, it opened on its own, and there was a paste inside, and all my electronics got fucked. Then after some while I saw Swami sir behind me. So then this sense of both like sadness as well as happiness ran through my mind. I was like, okay, now he'll help me with the navigation. So that was the happy part, and then the sad part was like, yeah, Swami sir is here. That third place is gone, and I was like, okay, fourth place.
4 hours 100 kilometers is my primary target, but I couldn't make it because of the multiple terrain and weather plays the spot. Spend more time on having food in the hotel. That I have to work it out on the next ride. So I have learned a lot in this ride. Next race I will try to figure it out.
The fifth flat, my hands were numb. I was not able to hold the lever. I was not able to pump. Like, what am I doing? So I was in that stage when I was at 150, 180 mark. And it was, I thought it is not possible to cover up. Had a lot of hurdles. A lot of things came up unexpected, which was beyond my control. Yeah, it went on well, but finally.
There are lots of fights that go inside your head, but the only thing to solve all those issues is to keep your head down and keep riding.
I never thought of giving up the ride, no matter how late I finished the ride. I really enjoy whatever I take up as a challenge. I don't live in between the ride. No matter what external factors contribute to it, I tend to finish that.
I was doing very good at the climbs, so that helped gain some confidence. And then somewhere in between, because of dehydration, I was slowing down. But then once I had the hydration clearly done, then the ride went back again pretty smoothly.
I'm sure whoever does these rides organized by Aarohan will definitely grow to be a good and evolved cyclist.
Thanks everyone for being part of the Aarohan's first event, Kodagu 650 first edition 2023. Congratulations to each one of you, and I'm happy out of the 8, 6 finished. I believe and hope you'll all be back again next year.
We are small beings, yet greatness we find. With each stride forward in heart and mind, with immense power in ourselves we bind, a testament to the strength of humankind.
ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಸವರಿ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಕೆನ್ನೆನೂ ಸವರಿಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರ ಸವರಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ.